Hello there, everybody. This is King Mac, your friendly hamburger pal. Welcome to this feature presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot, fresh cheeseburger along with some delicious golden French fries, a tasty milkshake, and a nice soft drink. Thank you all for watching, and now sit back and relax and enjoy as Tony here brings you our feature presentation of TTBurger game reviews.
What's shaking, my friends? How y'all doing today? This is your boy Tony, bringing you more TT game reviews here on YouTube, as we continue with more PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 game reviews. We have another multi-part review. This is episode 243, part 1 of 2. Yes, we're gonna look at the open world crime game genre, sandbox games, whatever. Like, talk of, you know, those games that are like open world, like Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row and all of them and stuff. There were a lot of those in that genre, thanks to the success of Grand Theft Auto 3, that pretty much introduced the idea to go anywhere, do whatever you want, start that, to get away from the story and everything. And there have been some that were successful, like Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 2, the movie game, and stuff, and also, like I mentioned, Saints Row, and more and stuff. But there was one franchise that a lot of people don't really talk about these days, stuff, and that is the true crime franchise. And let's go back to the year 23. I was only 15 years old, and I was on my first Christmas break in high school, and I put it on my Christmas list, and I thought, well, this is pretty cool. It's probably an open world game, like Grand Theft Auto stuff. You know, I was mega into those games, but I couldn't get enough of those open world stuff. No matter how good or bad they were, I just couldn't get enough of them. And this is where we're going to talk about the True Crime franchise. Part 1, we're going to look at True Crime Streets of LA. And Part 2, True Crime New York City. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Freaking HD and SubZeroMNX for King Mac. I also want to give a shout out to Megs, That the Hyperlamnia, Brick Girls Go Stateside, Black Healer. I also want to give a shout out to Arg, Gojira, Rockstar Pool 69, The Sensational Jed, The Homie RJ, and more. And we have a lot to talk about here. Let's get started with True Crime Streets of LA for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube, released on November 3rd, 2003. Now, True Crime Streets of LA is a good game. Is it a Grand Theft Auto killer? No, not really. Nor does it have to be the Grand Theft Auto killers like that, because it's fun in its own ways. It's still a good game that's worth playing. Even though it is short and has some quirky problems there and stuff, it's still a game that should not be overlooked, especially those who want to collect some PS2 games and stuff. Like I said, I first got this game on Christmas Day of 23, putting it on my Christmas list and stuff, and I knew nothing about the game aside from what the cover looked like, and it looked like Grand Theft Auto style game, so I had to get it, and it turned out it was fun aside from some of the problems. But let's get started here. The story takes place in the present day of the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, and you play as ex-EOD agent, which is basically the elite operations division, Nicholas Kang-Wilson. Nick is an immature, out of control ex-cop, but he gets the job done. He has been suspended for multiple reasons, but he has been brought back. Nick has been tasked to stop crimes going on in the City of Angels, to stop the Chinese and the Russian gangs from terrorizing the city, along with trying to solve the mystery of what happened with his father Henry, who disappeared 20 years ago, and the case is left unsolved, and he wants to put an end to it once and for all, along with his Asian brother, Carrie, and stuff. Nick is joined by his partner, Rosie Velasco, who is an ex-Latin gang member who cannot stand Nick at first and hates his guts, and he drives her crazy. But she grows to get along with him later on in the game and stuff, definitely. Nick does what he has to do to get the job done. As Nicholas Kang-Wilson, you solve missions throughout the story, go on crime patrol to take out, to arrest people, take them out, or stop a stolen vehicle, or stop a drug trafficking scene, and more. And it has the 95% go wherever you want stuff, and that's really cool there. And Also, you can also determine the outcome of the story based on if you pass or fail a mission with a continued story option if you fail. And I did that the first time thinking, oh, it's gonna let me to just beat the game anyway. That's easy, but little did I know. No, not the case at all. The story is good, a little on the hokey side, but still good. The presentation for True Crime Streets of LA, good graphics for a 2003 game, no matter which version you play. Although the GameCube version probably is the worst, it's very glitchy and stuff with some frame rate issues and stuff, and more and more. But that's the GameCube version, not the PlayStation 2 version, Xbox version. The character models look good, even though their faces are not the best looking. Like the way their mouths move and stuff, it looks like a ventriloquist puppet at times and stuff. But that's just like the faces there. The character models do animate well and stuff. Environments are also detailed, mainly the city. It looks nice with some weather effects, some lighting effects as well. The vehicle models look great too, and especially when they catch fire and explode, the explosions look awesome, and they move great too. There is not that much blood in the game, but it still definitely has enough blood to have the M-rated feel to it. There are some pauses with the frame rate, but it's not that much. Sound of True Crime Streets of LA, great sound. The voice acting is really good with some known actors like Russell Wong and Michelle Rodriguez, Christopher Walken, and more, and it was great to have them in here as well. Some of the lines are hokey, but for the most part the voice acting is awesome. The music consists of alternative rock and hip-hop, which is good, but the rock tunes, which I like more, only play in the hand-to-hand combat segments. The hip-hop music plays throughout when you're in a car and stuff like that, or stuff like that and more. But you'll hear more of the hip-hop, and I'm not just not the biggest fan of hip-hop there. There are some well-known artists like Snoop Dogg, Westside Connection, Taproot, and Megadeth, and more, but I had to turn the music off due to copyright reasons. Also, sound effects are also really good. The gameplay of True Crime Streets of LA is fun, but some problems are here, but, you know, it's not gonna, they don't kill the game badly. But we'll get to the goods here. First, the game, while a little linear, still plays like an open world where you solve the story missions, do crime patrol, and other things. This was cool for its time, doing the crime patrol to increase your good cop and bad cop point stamina and stuff, or your rating, whatever. If you do good things like arrest people with drugs or weapons, or don't kill them and you arrest them and stuff like that, or take them out stealthy, you get good cop points. If you shoot into people or run over them or kill suspects and stuff like that and more, bad cop points for you. Whether you decide to be good cop or bad cop decides on what endings you get too. There are 3 endings, 1 bad, 1 semi-bad, and 1 good. The on-foot action is awesome. You have your weapons, you can arrest people, look in the trunks of the car, see if there's anything illegal going on, like illegal drugs or weapons and stuff like that. When you see Nick do, and you also during the hand-to-hand action, Nick has some pretty cool-ass special moves and combos you can do, adding to the replay value for sure. You can upgrade your abilities by going to like the gym to take out the practice thugs to enhance your abilities, or by going to the firing range to upgrade your weapons abilities stuff too. It is fun. You have stealth missions that can give you the good cop or bad cop points depending on what method you use. It's an easy way to get good cop points and bad points. Well, bad cop points are very easy to get if you mentioned, but it's easy to get good cop points. The driving portions are somewhat weak though. The cars handle like they're on ice, move too fast, and turning feels clunky. Sure, they're big riding vehicles, but they do not handle well, and you crash easily. And it's pretty cool that you have a health meter for your car, but still, they'll get damaged very easily. And like I said, the damage which the vehicles looks awesome. When you upgrade your weapons, you can actually shoot the gas tanks on the cars and stuff like that, which is pretty cool too if you like to see explosions and stuff. But still, the vehicles are just not the best looking. You have an impound garage that has 4 cars, total, 3 need to be unlocked, and there are fancy cop cars for Nick and stuff, and they have their own siren as well. Another cool thing about these cars is the license plate. Whether you name your file will be the name on the license plate, like Nick or Tony or whatever and stuff. The game was fun overall, but now the negatives. Short game if you're going through like the good cop side, like 8 hours long. Even shorter if you just do complete bad cop and stuff. So yeah, it's short, like really short. Some of the missions there are too short, and some of them are long and frustrating. Like some of the stealth missions can get very complicated. They can spot you easily, and some of the crime patrols get a little repetitive, like doing the same over, like stopping, or like stopping a pimp or stopping a drug trafficker and stuff like that. And it's cool that you can arrest random civilians if you suspect of anything, but still, like, it can get a little repetitive standing over and over again. The Nintendo GameCube port is glitched, like I said. There's the in-game map. It's not the best yet. You have to keep selecting to look at the map, and you can't set a waypoint or anything. There's no sprint button making Nick feel a little slow. And there are some unlikable characters in the story, like Rosie Velasco and stuff, but she's not nice to me, but she warms up and stuff. So, final thoughts there. If you like open in a crime drama, it's a crime simulation sandbox game. True crime shooting related, it's not disappointed at all. I give it an 8 out of 10 because of the problems I had with it, and the game should not be overlooked if you want some badass action takes place in the City of Angels. And that's it for episode 243, part 1 of 2. Stay tuned for the next part. For the final part, we're going to go to New York City this time and take a look at True Crime New York City, starring Marcus Reed. How does this game fare from its predecessor? Find out next. All I gotta say is Tony, peace out, have a good day, and see you all in part 2, where I look at True Crime New York City. Take care, everybody. Always moving on. Feel I don't belong. Tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the